with the coronavirus taking an exceptionally hard toll on people and communities of color. Now, Oprah is speaking out about it, hoping to bring awareness to the issue. TJ Holmes joins us from his home with more on that. Good morning, TJ.
Hey, good morning to you, Robin. And of course, we know her reach, her celebrity, right? And just the name Oprah. You lend that to anything and it gets attention. But on this particular issue, the health disparities that are devastating the African American community during this crisis, she says that she has a responsibility to shout out this message as loud as she can. But how does she get the message out in these times? Well, the Queen of Talk has launched a talk show in isolation. She's already given $10 million to coronavirus relief efforts. Oprah Winfrey now spreading a potentially life-saving message.
What is happening in the Black community is devastating.
From home isolation, the media mogul, in her words, wants to shout as loud as she can about health disparities that have left the African American community disproportionately impacted in the coronavirus crisis.
Our responsibility is that if you're a Black American, you need to know that if you have that pre-existing conditions that everybody's been talking about, means that if you have diabetes, you have hypertension, you have heart disease, you use an inhaler, you have asthma.
In places like Chicago and the state of Louisiana, African Americans are 70% of COVID deaths, despite making up much lower percentages of the populations. African Americans are more likely to be uninsured and have a host of health conditions that make them more vulnerable to coronavirus. Winfrey will highlight the health disparities in a new special tonight, the latest in her new Apple TV series, Oprah Talks COVID-19.
Were you surprised at how much people seem to be surprised that COVID-19 was affecting our community? Because once you hear the explanation, it's a no-brainer, right?
Gee, TJ, that's an interesting question. Am I surprised that people were surprised? No, I'm not surprised, because people basically, as you know, they think about their own lives. They care about themselves. They're not thinking about other people. So I'm not surprised. But what I do know is that there is a way to connect to the community in such a way, and using language that people stop and pay attention to.
Winfrey says she took coronavirus seriously very early on, in particular because of her own health scare last year.
You know, for myself, I had pneumonia back in August, so I considered that a pre-existing condition because I've been trying to get rid of this bronchial thing since. So I heard it like, whoa, all right, I'm going to be more susceptible.
Winfrey tells me she took measures to protect herself, even from longtime partner Stedman Graham, who she says kept traveling as the crisis worsened.
Even in my own family, Stedman was running around, still speaking in St. Louis, had speaking engagements. I was going, you need to cancel that, Stedman. You need to cancel. And he was like, well, I'm not going to cancel. I'm not going to cancel if they're not going to cancel. I go, you need to cancel. And so it ends up, he didn't cancel. And then when it was time to come home, I go, you can't come in the house. You can't.
This is a sharp dude. You tell me what do you think it is in his head?
Because he just didn't believe, and I think Stedman didn't believe, nor did a lot of other people believe. Well, you can't shut the whole country down. Oh, yeah, you can. Oh, yeah, you can. And yes, we have. So I think because none of us have ever seen anything like this before.
I miss you.
Miss you too. Enjoy your lockdown.
Stedman was in the guest house for a 2-week quarantine before being allowed back into their home.
Our first dinner together in 2 weeks.
Now Winfrey says she's going to turn her focus to lifting the whole country's spirits.
I think this is just the beginning. I think that whatever you're feeling, isolated, anxious, feeling like you want to get on with your life, want to get things back to normal, we're not going to get back to normal. We're going to get back to a new normal. And I think having people be able to accept that, and for a lot of people, that new normal is going to be devastation. And I'm just looking at my life and seeing how I can use what I have, what I know, who I have access to, what I have access to be able to help people on the other side of this.
And she is using that reach with that special presentation of the Oprah Winfrey Talks COVID-19, the deadly impact on Black America. It's actually available now on Apple TV Plus and also is going to air on OWN tonight. But Robin, she is doing like many of us are doing, home, isolating. But she said, you better believe everybody had to quarantine, and she had to give them the all clear before she let them back in her house.
Well, I'm glad that she is taking those measures, and can't help but notice sweet Sabine, your daughter, over your shoulder. How's she doing? How's the family there, TJ?
You know, it's different. Kids are resilient, but they're cooped up, right? She's 7 and she hasn't seen a friend in a month. She hasn't seen a kid. Even when she steps out, there are no kids on the street even. So we're doing better than most. So we don't have anything to complain about. Everybody here is healthy, Robin. So thank you for asking.
Good, good. She sees a friend every day. You're a good friend to your daughter. Don't ever sell yourself short there, TJ. Thank you. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.